Hello, teacher Doris. How are you doing today? I hope this video finds you well. The purpose of this video is to give you a feedback on the last two classes that I attended. Remember the first one back in April, we find out that you constantly foster interaction patterns among your students, as well as you encourage them to gain more vocabulary through different exercises. However, I pointed out the importance of sharing the objective of the class and review it at the end. As well, in some cases, you could have used some compensation strategies to foster the use of English among your students. That day, we decided that for the next visit, we will focus on formative assessment, objectives and sequence, and interaction patterns. So let's start with the first focus area, formative assessment, that is aligned with the goal that we set up for the PI, remember in Spanish, Plan de Acción Institucional, that has this assessment route. That day, you did a presentation. Well, the students had to do a presentation to prepare themselves for the English day. The idea was to have a country and then make some expositions about it. And then you had a rubric which you used to assess. The criteria was clear for them. You practiced heteroevaluation. They were clear on what they were going to be assessed. And this was before the English days, it was formative. That way, the day of the real presentation, they could have gained more experience, correct some errors on pronunciation and fluency. I think this was a very good strategy. I would just suggest you for next time maybe to do a peer assessment review. You could have given also this rubric to the groups for them to assess their partners. Maybe not all of them, because maybe that's overwhelming for students, but only one group. Like for example, group 1 will assess number 2 to number 3 and so on. And this also fosters metacognition processes since they take into account what they are going to be assessed at when it's their turn. And it also gives the opportunity for them to be like a kind of teachers day experience, which is cool for them. And we know students are very honest and very strict, maybe sometimes more than teachers. So for next time. The second area that we decided to work on was the objectives and segments. At the beginning, you gave the instructions for them, was very clear what they needed to do. And actually, well, this was part of a project they did in different classes. So it seemed the TBL focus that it is in the curriculum is very well established and applied here. I would just suggest you next time to formulate the objective at the beginning and formulate it taking into account the Bloom taxonomy that I'm sharing along with this video, and just review it at the end. So just say, guys, remember the purpose of this lesson was this and that. We did it through these activities. Just at the beginning, at the end, and set it up with the Bloom taxonomy. And last area that we chose was the interaction patterns. In this case, you foster a collaborative work. They were working with their peers. They were putting some roles to put into practice according to their skills. It was nice also that they had the opportunity to listen to their partners after they made expositions. You divide them into parts, into groups. First, some people were exposing, then some people were just listening, and then they take turns. And it was nice that at the end of the presentation, they were able to do a question. And just for the future, just continue establishing more compensation strategies. Please use Spanish as a last resource. Sometimes at the beginning, I know it's not easy to speak only in English, but you can establish a routine like at the beginning. Always say hello, always say the day, the objective of the class in English. When students speak to you in Spanish, try to encourage them to use in English. There are some phrases that you can always have, like how do you say this instead of say teacher, profe, como digo esto? No, like what? In English? Come on. Yes, that's it. But thank you so much for letting me be in your classes. You are a great teacher. Now, I'll see you next time in the next meeting. Take care, teacher Doris. Bye bye.